Welcome back, my name is LastKnownMeal and today I wanted to talk about this Metro 2033 situation a bit, because we just found out the reason why the movie itself was cancelled. It actually seems that the scripter, aka the writer for the project, F. Scott Frazier, wanted to Americanize the film by taking it from the original setting of Moscow into Washington DC, which doesn't make any sense because of the story itself. Because of that, the writer of the books on which the games were based upon, Dmitry Glukhovsky, actually reinstated his rights for it and therefore cancelled the production. But before we get into that, today's sponsor is ChronoGG. They host daily video game sales with low prices. New day, new sale. And today on sale we have an amazing Shadow Warrior 2, which is an action FPS game with cool weapons and swords. Click the link down below and check it out. When it comes to the Metro film itself, the first news about it actually came out in 2016 when the film was announced and MGM was supposed to produce it. And then when Glukhovsky learned that his story was moving into DC, he already knew that the film was doomed to fail, which is true. And I don't see a sane reason why someone would do this. He also said that MGM decided to set the film in USA because Americans have a reputation for liking stories about America. Is this their reason? Wow, for a Hollywood studio like MGM, this really shows me their inability to make a good film. Because to say that the film, which is originally set in Moscow, where you have Nazis and communists fighting each other in the same metro, and then also having those other beings, the Dark Ones, is why it needs to be set in Moscow. And it's strange for a company that produced so many great films to make a decision like this. I don't know what's going on with MGM, but this is definitely not the old them, because, you know, MGM really was one of the first Hollywood studios, and in their entire library they have so many great films. So turning Metro and putting it into Washington DC, changing the characters, it's not Metro anymore, it's a different film with, you know, you can just write inspired by and be done with it. It's not the Metro that people actually would expect. It's almost if 4A Games, who developed the Metro games, said that it wouldn't fit in Moscow and they moved it into America. The success of that game in America showed everyone that people will like the story and the setting. So moving it into DC doesn't make any sense at all. And it seems to me that these guys are willing to jeopardize the entire success of that film because it won't fit and Americans won't like it. I mean, that's some bullshit. A good film, no matter where it's coming from, is gonna be loved by everyone. A bad film won't. As Glukhovsky said, a lot of things didn't work out in Washington DC. In Washington, Nazis don't work, communists don't work, and also Dark Ones don't work. Washington DC is a black city basically. That's not the illusion I want to have. It's a metaphor of general xenophobia, but it's not a comment on African Americans at all, so it didn't work. They had to replace the Dark Ones with some kind of random beasts, and as long as the beasts don't look human, the entire story of xenophobia doesn't work, which was very important to me as a convinced internationalist. They turned this into a very generic thing. And he's not far from truth. This shows you how these studios that should know what people like wouldn't actually keep the story as it is and make a masterpiece. They will actually make the story generic and the end result will be like majority of Hollywood films today, completely generic and don't benefit the film industry at all. I'm just glad that the writer values his work and won't let someone else ruin it. So in the end we do have a new Metro game coming out, and Glukhovsky is sure that this will reach more audience when it comes out, and I don't know, I really wish that someone sane would pick up this book and, you know, create an amazing film, because I would definitely watch it. Not some twisted generic stuff, no one is going to watch it, and it kinda shows you how, like, you can really make a great film out of a great book, but you can also take a great book and make a shitty film, which has been a practice for Hollywood for quite many years. But don't take me wrong, Hollywood does produce great films, but it's not a majority, it's just a few amount of selected films that actually are valuable towards the industry and towards us as audience. So this is LKM signing out. Don't forget to tell me down below what you think about all of this mess, and also if you enjoyed the video, smash that like and subscribe button today. I also now included channel membership, so if you wanted an extra way to help the channel, it's much appreciated and it would be amazing. Stay tuned in and stay classy, everyone. Bye bye.